All right, welcome back. I want to talk about a topic that's a little bit different, maybe not necessarily in the stocking food and stocking ammo, but it still kind of falls in line with being prepared, especially with the colder weather coming in, especially up north and things like that. I don't know about in the south. I've never lived there, so I don't know if this is an issue with you guys different times of year, but that is mice getting in your house or in your outbuildings, things like that. Um, so I want to show you some methods that I've used. I am not an exterminator, and I am not a professional exterminator. I'm not claiming to be. I'm just going to talk about a few of the things that I've done and maybe a few suggestions you can do in your own place. Um, because I know everybody knows what a mousetrap is, obviously, and um, so I'm not gonna talk to you like you have no clue. But I want to talk about a couple things that I've done that have really helped over the years that have helped prevent some things. Um, First of all, some of the best prevention you can do is go around your house. Make sure you don't have any openings where they can get in, cracks in doors, around trim, especially around your foundation. Check that out. Seal anything up that you can because they can fit into very small places and get into your house. And they'll find their way around there. They're like Supermen in that, flying around your house. You'll find them all over the place, before you know it. So that's the best thing I can do. To start with that first. Clean up anything that's around the perimeter of your house, like any junk or anything that's close to your home that they could hide under. They love piles of wood. You'll find them there all the time. I find them in wood piles. I have some lumber outside. They'll go crazy over there. Sometimes I move lumber and I find 3 or 4 of them will run out. So make sure that stuff isn't near your house if you're storing it outside or things like that. Or make sure you have some kind of control, pest control around there. Make sure if you have dogs, cats, any kind of animals, make sure your feed is put away, obviously, in tight containers. I know some people forget about that, and I mean, I've done it myself and come out and find a whole chewed in the side of a bag of maybe chicken feed that I just put in the garage a couple hours ago and didn't put it away yet. So, some of the things I want to talk about. I mean, obviously, everybody knows what this is. This is your basic mouse trap. I mean, these are effective. Some people get a little squeamish with them because they are kind of violent. You can pretty much bait these things with anything. Cheese, obviously, just like in the cartoons. Peanut butter works good. Anything that'll stick to the little plate will work. I'll use these, but I don't use them a lot. I have some other methods that I've kind of done to have actually prevented me from really having to use them a lot. These things are the sticky pads. Once again, these are not for the squeamish because you are catching a mouse live on these things. What you can do is you put bait on anywhere in the center, and they're going to get it, and they'll make a racket when they get caught. They will start squealing and things. So if you're not, like I said, if you're a little bit squeamish or you don't want to have to dispatch a mouse, maybe not the best thing for you to use, but they do work well. Put them along any kind of along a wall, along the perimeter of your house, even in garages and things like that, outbuilding sheds, if you have barns. You just have to watch that other animals don't get into them. So typically, I don't really use them outside because my dogs get into everything. Sometimes a neighbor's cat might get in there, and these things are sticky. They work. They really do. So just be kind of, just watch where you put them. I guess is good. Be careful where you put them because you don't want one of your pets getting on these things because they are really sticky. But they do work. And like I said, there's some different brands. This is Victor brand. Victor's a pretty popular brand of stuff around here, at least as far as mouse traps and things like that. One of the other things that I do use these to an extent in these little boxes. These come pre-loaded with mouse poison in them. They got 1 block in them, and I use these. I put these around my garage. Some of my sheds, even around the outside of my house. I've used these. They do work. They work pretty good, but they're loaded. When you buy them, so you pretty much toss them and refill them. If I don't, some of these you can't get open. They're basically once they're gone, poison. But the thing that I've done that has worked the most, and I learned this from an exterminator told me this years ago when I had an issue many years ago, and just couldn't get a handle on it. What I've done, and this is something a lot of people, it's a pretty simple thing. A lot of you farmers I know will know this, but a lot of people residential don't think about this. They think of one mice can multiply. So if you get them in your house, you want to get rid of them as soon as possible. This here is it's just basically a box. It has a hinge lid on it. Most of them have a lock on them of some sort. Some of them some of them even come with a little key that pops it off. So they're pretty safe for pets. What I've found that has worked for me with these boxes, and I've been doing it for years, is depending on the size of your house, obviously, and if you know the way your house is shaped, things like that. And you can use these around your garages, your outbuildings, whatever. But I have these at the corner of my houses, at the corner of my house, around the corner. You fill these things up with these boxes, with these little blocks. And I recommend doing this before the weather gets real cold. I would leave them out. I leave them out all year, and it'll keep it down. And I can attest to the fact that it works. It really does. I mean, obviously you're going to use other methods, and like I said, making sure your entrances are clear and things like that. But loading these boxes up, if you have a problem or you want to get ahead of the game, load these boxes up, put them along the foundation of your house. Even if you got some, like, maybe some kind of sidewalks or outside of a porch or somewhere, you can hide these a little bit. If you don't care what they look like, I really don't know. I mean, they're doing a job, so to me they're important. You can put these all around your house and keep these boxes filled with poison. And like I said, I'm not an expert and I'm not making any guarantees, but you may find that this really does make a difference. And because I've had luck with these for years. Since I've started doing this, and I learned this from, like I said, learned this from an exterminator, I literally have not really had any issues with any mice in the house. But I keep it loaded all year round. I keep them around the perimeter of my house. I keep them around my garage. And I don't have any cats here. I mean, obviously, that's another method you could use if you have outside cats. They do a good job. But if you don't have that option, maybe you're a little bit out in the country. Maybe people in the city don't see it as much as, some of us more rural folks do. But definitely something to think about. You can pick these up. I think probably even Walmart might carry them. I don't know. I've got them at the feed store. Some of the farm stores, some of them have some of the good blocks of poison. I bought these, I believe, at like Home Depot or maybe even Tractor Supply. I don't remember now. I've had them for a little bit. I'd buy them several at a time, several boxes. So keep them packed. And you'll notice if you check these on a regular basis, if you fill this up, put them outside, check them in a few days, you'll notice a lot of times, especially if you're more rural, you'll notice that they'll start eating them. And if you have a problem, you'll notice it at first a lot. But as you keep them things full, you'll notice it'll start to dissipate as the problem starts to kind of correct itself. Now, what I will say is you may have to watch if you've got animals where the mice can get. I don't know if I've never had any problems with them down by my chickens. My chicken coop's kind of far from my house, so I don't put these around the chicken coop so much because I don't know if the mice with the poison, if the chickens got them, if it'll make them sick or not. I would venture to say it probably would, but like I said, I'm not an expert on this. I'm not an exterminator. I'm just giving you some ideas for around your house. So definitely be careful where you're putting this stuff. But like I said, I think you do this and it'll really keep them in check, at least from my experience. So definitely good luck. I mean, this time of year, you're going to definitely see, in the colder climates, you might see them trying to get in the house. So, like I said, this works around barns. I mean, you just have to watch something doesn't get the mice if they die. And I'll be honest with you, I don't find a lot of dead mice. I mean, you might find them away from the house occasionally, but it's not like you're going to have them dropping dead all over your place. So, like I said, give it a shot. If you like this video, definitely like and subscribe. If you have any comments or if you have any good ideas, please put them in the comments. If there's any questions I can answer, I definitely put them down there. I will definitely get back to you if I can. But like I said, if you have any good tips also, please share them with us. I don't know about a rat problem. I don't know if this works for those. Thank God, I've never had a rat problem, so I can't speak to that. But, like I said, for mice, this has really worked for me over the years. And, it's definitely worth a shot if you're having an issue. So, all right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and happy holidays.